Welcome to the Brian Smith Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. Join us each week as we go inside Loogootee Lady Lion basketball with head coach Brian Smith. Now, the Brian Smith Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods. Greg Bateman with Lady Lion head coach Brian Smith. And Coach, first, if you would, just recap the most recent game, which was the Pike Central game, a win at home, as we talked about in the post game on the radio a little bit, a tale of two halves. Not so much good things happened in the first half, but a good second half to win that game over Pike Central.
Yeah, for some reason we came out flat and didn't really dig ourselves a hole, but we just kind of played to the level of what I felt our competition was. We didn't value the basketball. We didn't do a lot right. Had a good talk at halftime. We came out second half with some energy, some purpose. I thought we did a really good job of moving the ball. I thought our 1-3-1, we caused Pike to have a lot of trouble. Was able to turn them over there and get some easy layups, and it was just kind of like you said, the tale of two halves, and we don't have a lot of room for error with this team right now. So we got to be sharp mentally to make up for some of our things we may lack physically. So getting off to a good start tomorrow night against Hervey is going to be crucial.
Yeah, let's talk about that one a little bit. So your next game up, of course, it's a conference game, but it's against one of the top 1A teams, one of the tallest girls teams probably in the state of Indiana, in Vincennes Hervey. And, you know, there's nothing that says that we should be able to compete with Vincennes Hervey on Thursday night. How do you get your players to believe that we can compete?
Well, to me, it's just one. It's just one, and it sounds simple, and this has been our trouble this entire season when we played some really good teams. They're obviously going to try to speed us up, turn us over, convert some easy layups. It's going to be how well we handle their press, how well we handle their half-court defense. If we can keep the turnovers low, if we can keep the turnovers from happening in our backcourt where they convert them to easy layups, I think we have a chance. And to me, it comes down just to that. I feel if we don't turn the ball over, if we can take care of it, we can make them defend us for a while, get some good quality shots, I think we can stay in the game. But what we're just looking at right now is, and we worked, of an hour and a half practice, we worked an hour against press. Now it's hard to emulate 6'5" or 6'3", 6'2", their height. But the message was clearly that we can't turn the ball over. We can't dribble against their press. We're going to have to pass. We're going You're going to have people in the right area. So it's going to, in my opinion, as it has some of these other games, how will we handle their pressure? Can we keep it a slower paced game, or are they going to win the battle of pace and turn us over and get some easy baskets?
Pressure obviously is one thing, but you just mentioned something else that could be key, and that's 6'2", 6'3". They're big girls down low. I mean, how in the world do you simulate anything such as that in practice?
I don't think you can. We just talk defensively or playing. We got to jam that paint. We got to, if they're going to beat us, they're going to shoot well from the outside. I mean, the chances are, I'd rather give them up an outside shot than a point-blank layup to 6'2" girls. So we want to not really come out. We're not going to really come out and chase them. We're going to kind of pack it in there and make them beat us from the perimeter on the defensive side, and then just take really good care of the ball on the offensive side. And then rebounding, we got to be quick. We got to have a body on some of their bigs immediately. Try to keep them off the offensive boards because one, they're a very good team. They got some height. They got some experience. We got to make it as difficult as we can on every aspect of the game. We can't give them offensive rebounds. We can't turn the ball over in the backcourt. I mean, we got to play a perfect game. I look forward to these games. I'm excited for it. I may not be at halftime tomorrow night, but for right now, these are the games that I think coaches live for. These challenges. We're clearly an underdog. My goal always is let's get through that first quarter. Let's walk back to the bench when that first quarter horn goes over, and let's be in the game. And that'll be my message tomorrow night. And then we'll just a quarter at a time.
I was just going to ask you, how does Brian Smith differ in the game against Pike Central when the two teams are fairly similar? As it turns out, it looked like we were the more talented team, but at the same time, that was a winnable game. And all games are winnable to coaches, I understand that. But that's a game that you go out and you feel like you have to win that game. Against Vincennes or Vey, it's a game you feel like you have to compete. So what's head coach Brian Smith like an hour before those two games, as contrasting as they are?
Yeah, not a lot different because with our schedule, I looked at our strength of schedule, it's like 216. And I think there's approximately 400 or 400 in some schools. So we've talked about our schedule and how tough it is. So when we get some teams that we feel like we can match up with, like Pike Central, to me that we want to get as many wins as we can, and I think that really obviously builds some confidence. So we a little bit more the aggressor against some of those teams that are equal or lesser than some of these teams that are a little bit more superior than we are. We'll go over the message several times about taking care of the ball. We know that, not panicking. But to me, these games make you better than maybe a sloppy win against a team that maybe wasn't as good as you. When you can stay in games longer with quality teams, I think that's when you get better, because that's when you really see it. Like, hey, you know what? Maybe it was a quarter, maybe it was a half, but we had them where we wanted. We did some really good things, and that's kind of thought where we're at the Toby Yoho tournament when we played Paoli and Brownstown. We stayed in those games and gave ourselves chances to win. I'm interested to see tomorrow night if we can come over after the first quarter and it'll be a game.
And we'll be back right after these words from our sponsors.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
It's hard to believe, but there's only 7 games left in the regular season, and the tournament starts. And just curious how you feel like the season's gone. And I'm sure it's gone in stages where it's been a grind. There's some weeks have been easier than others, but again, from your perspective as a coach, how has this season gone? Obviously different than the last 5 or 6 seasons we've known, and for obvious reasons. But how's it gone for you this year?
Yeah, I think I've been spoiled. I've been spoiled a little bit with what I had. That's once in a lifetime group that I have there. But I think we've improved. I definitely think we've improved early in the season, and I think we're continuing to get better. I think we're playing more as a team. We had some pieces that didn't really get to play a lot together in the past. We've tried to work some of our younger girls into the mix, and I feel like that we've definitely gotten better, and we still got room to improve. And I don't want to quit. I don't want us to settle. I don't want us to ever be satisfied. I want us to keep working. And I had the same messages with those other teams, even after we won sectionals and regionals and semi-states, that we're not satisfied. As long as you're on this team, as long as you're on the court, our goals to get better and to compete. And that's what I've seen so far this year.
And I ask that thinking from a fan's perspective, and I think about someone like myself going through the last couple of years. It seems like the season actually was a grind. It seems like every game we were supposed to win, and some games we seemed to play like we were playing to the competition, whereas this year you're looking at every game as an opportunity. I'm saying me, from a fan's perspective. And that's why I ask you that question, is because it's different, I guess, because for us fans, maybe the pressure isn't on us as much. It's always on you as a coach. So it's kind of been fun to watch the progress of this team.
Yeah, it has, especially if you go back from the very beginning. And I even go back further from this summer when it was bad. And now I've had people come up and talk to me that watch us play our first couple games, and they hadn't seen us play for a while. And, man, you guys have gotten better. And, the girls have worked hard. They've listened. Some of the stuff that we've taught has been new to them. But it's just kind of a process. We've got 3 seniors, and so we'll have the majority of them coming back. It's just, I think when you have to go quite a bit, you can't have room to go backwards. And that's been my message here recently, that, we're getting towards the end, but we can't go backwards. And when we pick it up again this summer, we can't start backwards. We got to start off where we finished. And I think that's the key to better next year even.
And it seems also one change from the beginning of the year, and this is typical, I guess, of teams throughout the season. Your younger players are getting many more minutes now than what they did, and that's crucial, obviously, those important minutes to go into the tournament, but probably as much as anything more important to go into the next year in the future. Yeah.
And the only disappointing thing I would say is that, the lack of numbers where we have 3 or 4 more girls, we get to play a full JV game, and we have several girls that really needed the 4 quarters of a JV game. That's kind of been the thing I've kind of been most disappointed about, was we had 3 or 4 more girls. We'd had a JV game where they could even got more experience, maybe at a lower level. I mean, it's a huge level from 8th grade basketball to JV, I think. And then now we've pulled up some of these freshmen that are getting some valuable minutes on the varsity. So hopefully we'll see the benefits of it, here in the years to come.
Coach, as always, thanks for the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
The Brian Smith Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. You've been listening to the Brian Smith Show. Join us each week as we go inside Loogootee Lady Lion basketball with head coach Brian Smith, only on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.